What's going on, everybody? Dylan here with Espresso Outlet, and today in front of us we have the SD40S grinder. So this is the stepless version of the SD40, and we're going to take this apart and clean it. So first we're going to start out by removing the cup and the brush. I'm going to set those aside, and then on the back here you're going to notice a little tiny screw. I like to just have a little screwdriver. You can do it by your hands. I'm just going to do it by the screwdriver. We're just going to undo that screw. So it's this little screw here. We're going to set that to the side. Just don't lose it, and this should just come right off. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to spin this clockwise, and this will completely take this top piece off. And if you lose your zero, don't worry, I can always show you on this dial, once I get this unscrewed, how you can actually put this back to zero. So it does have quite a bit of cross threads, so when you are reinstalling all this stuff after cleaning, you're gonna want to make sure you go all the way to burr touch. Otherwise your grinding is going to be way too coarse when you're at the normal grind size. So here is this piece that comes off. So as you see, there's a lot of threads, but let's take a look over here. So over here you're going to see this little tiny hole. So with this hole, you're actually going to have this little tiny piece that comes with the grinder. You can actually loosen this piece up, and when you loosen this up, this collar actually comes off. So let me just go ahead and remove this. So this actually comes off of this piece. That will allow you to put this arrow wherever the burr touch is to completely zero out your grinder. So then we can just take this and tighten it back up so it stays nice and tight. And now it's back together. So we're going to set that off to the side. And then there's going to be two little Allen key places here, which is going to give you this. So this is like an all-in-one. It comes with that part of the screwdriver, so a flathead and your Allen key. So now what's left to do is just to remove these little bolts. And then this is pretty much going to lead you straight to the burrs. So we're just going to unscrew this by hand after we get done with that, as you can see. And then we are going to work on the second one. So there's the second screw. And then this is just going to lift straight off. And this is going to be your top burr and your bottom burr. So now we're just going to take this, clean it off with a brush, and we'll cut to that. All right, so we're just going to take our brush, just come into the burr. And you can kind of clean inside of here. And as you can see, nice and clean in the inside. For the most part here, just a couple grinds. Now you can also vacuum this up too if you would like. So now we have the main body of the grinder, which I'm just going to put on its side like this. Take the brush, just get all of that built up coffee grinds out. Now you can also use a vacuum with this too. I'm just using a brush. It's a little easier, and as you can see, it is super clean in the inside. So now all that's left to do is to place your insert back on top. You're going to want to line these screw holes up here to the faceplate. Then you can reinstall this two different ways, but it only goes on one way. So as you can see, here's one side of the two screws, and the other shows the two and like the main arrows. That's actually going to be the front. So we're going to set that back over top like that. And then we are going to actually set our screws in. I actually just like to place them in there and just hand tight until it gets pretty flush with the grinder, just because I would rather do this than use the Allen key the whole way. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our Allen key and finish tightening all the way. You don't want to over tighten, but you do want to tighten it enough. Here we go. And when you do put this top piece back on, just make sure that you are doing it counterclockwise, as that is how it screws on. So you take it off clockwise, you put it back on counterclockwise. If you feel any kind of resistance when putting this on, take it off, put it back on. You don't want to strip any of the threading, as that would not be good for the grinder. So one thing you want to make sure is that you're turning it all the way. So that is all the way turned. You can also make sure that it's all the way on by turning on the grinder, and when you hear burr touch, then you know that you're all the way screwed on. Then you just take this Allen key here and loosen up this bolt like we talked about, and place this arrow on here where burr touch is, because you don't want burr touch on 0, you want burr touch a little off 0, so where this triangle with the exclamation point is, and you are all set. So then you would just reinstall your hopper, put your screw back on, and that is all. Thank you so much for watching. This is how you clean your SD40S, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.